and the thing shut off. So this is part 2. Um, and it's just, I just don't really, even if, and that's the thing, if this was being rebooted with a white actress for Buffy, I wouldn't care. It's not a race thing. I don't care if this is coming back, because I mean, it's just, I mean, I might check it out depending on what streaming service or network it'll be on, but I just, I don't know. Um, but what I was saying is this has me tempted now. Any SJW that's going saying, oh, like, this is horrible, they're changing her race, it's horrible, it's dreadful. I'm tempted to use the same thing that they used for me and for other people who hated Ghostbusters 2016 or Star Wars The Last Jedi or whatever else. And said, well, and I'm tempted to tell them that, like, you must be sexist or racist or misogynistic. I'm tempted to say that. But I don't want to stoop to their level. I don't want to stoop to their level where they go and they say that, and it's ridiculous. It is freaking ridiculous. Back on the topic of Ghostbusters, I will say real quick is that I'm thankful. I am very thankful. Very, very legitimately thankful that Paul Feig's like ridiculous characters that he made, his fembusters, his female Ghostbusters, that they were not the first female Ghostbusters. If you look at the cartoons, there was a cartoon in the 90s it was in 1997, called Extreme Ghostbusters, and they had a female Ghostbuster on that team, Kylie Griffin. And her character, there's actually a character there. It's not another comedy relief like what they did with the 4 female Ghostbusters in the movie. There's a great character there. She has more personality, and she's just more interesting than all 4 of them combined, to me. So I am very thankful that cartoon exists, because then I can say she was the first female Ghostbuster and not Paul Feig's mess of a movie or mess of characters. But I felt like I just feel very satisfied that a actual good character was the first female Ghostbuster and not Paul Feig's whatever. Because that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying regarding the Ghostbusters film. I was fine. I was perfect. When I heard about this, I think I heard about the movie about a year or two before it even came out. That it had been in development. I started hearing news, and I'm like, I was perfectly fine with female Ghostbusters. Anybody that you like come across who hated the film, they did not hate it because it was women. They did not hate it because it was women. They hated it because it was either sexist to men or it was a very stupid, very bad film. And I was fine with the idea of a team of all-female Ghostbusters. I was not fine with Paul Feig's feminist agenda of a movie that had to go and make these characters as, like, belittle, like, throughout the movie. It's like, I've heard people say, like, every man in the movie is either an asshole, a villain, an idiot, or whatever. The secretary character, played by Chris Hemsworth, and it's actually funny because Janine, the female secretary in the original films, was never portrayed as an idiot. She was a badass. She didn't take shit from no one. And she was, a very good, compelling, cool character. And then the male secretary in Ghostbusters 2016, he is the polar opposite. He is the stupidest idiot I have ever seen. in any film, the stupidest idiot. People go like, oh, like he's like the character is like a dumb blonde. I I can say, like, if people want to bring up that category about dumb blondes being stupid, that's fine. But I am very, 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 very sure a dumb blonde knows to cover her ears when she hears a loud noise. Chris Hemsworth's character in the movie, he hears some loud noise, he covers his eyes. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? But I'm getting off topic talking about stuff that I should be going back to my main topic about Buffy. Um but I don't know really, personally I think, and it's not because, I say again, it's not because of the race, it's not because of the casting, it's not because of that. I just, the original was such a classic, and I think, I think I think it's enough of a classic that this reboot, regardless if it does well or not, won't tarnish it, won't tarnish the original. But I just don't, I don't just, part of me doesn't want to see it made. Um, in fact, I mean, I would have been fine if it had been some sort of, if they had kind of done like a sort of spin-off sequel. They could have made a new character that was black and just called it, like, they could have called it insert name the Vampire Slayer. They could have found figured out some name for her. Chloe the Vampire Slayer, or Vicky the Vampire Slayer, or some other name. I think those are actually both characters from Fair Labyrinth. I don't know why I came up with that. But they're just names on the top of my head. Just Lindsay or Rebecca or whatever, some female name, the Vampire Slayer. Have it be a new character. Have them maybe reference Buffy or Xander or Willow or the Scooby Gang. That was Buffy, the team. Or reference, like, what happened after the original end of the show. They don't have to show the actors from the original show. Just have it be some sort of, like, spiritual sequel instead of going full on reboot with a black actress. But we'll just have to see how this goes. I will say I will say that I'm starting to get tired of the whole racist, sexist, like that I'm racist or sexist. I'm not being racist or sexist, and if I hate it, it's because I just don't like the idea. It's not because of race or gender. And I don't want to be some delicate little snowflake or delicate little helpless crybaby or whatever. I'm not. I don't like the fact that people go and it's like, just because I'm a white man, it's like, to them, to those SJW'S, my opinion doesn't matter because I'm a white man. And I've thankfully never met an SJW in person, so I've never had to deal with this crap up front, but it does hurt sometimes. It does hurt sometimes, when a person, and it would hurt anybody really, it's not limited to one particular race. I think judging a person by their race, no matter if they're white or black or Asian or Hispanic or any of the other races, or Hawaiian or any of the other races, I think judging a person on their race, that is a very hurtful thing to do, because you don't know who that person is, and I mean, they could have a good opinion about something and just, or they could have good ideas about something and just judging them or leaving them out of the conversation just because of their race. That is a very hurtful thing to do. And it's really sad when, like, it's sad, like, just like I've heard about Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm has been attacking their fans on Twitter, saying like, "Oh, if you didn't like Last Jedi, you're sexist, you're racist," or whatever. And it's like, it's not because of that. It's just because it's a shit film. I did not care for it. I was one of the ones. I loved Force Awakens. It was a fun movie. I did not like Last Jedi. That was not a fun movie. It was very boring. There was like the two scenes I liked from it. I liked Maz's cameo, and I liked Luke and Leia's reunion scene. That was it. And it's like, these people, it's like the people working, it's like they're just so filled with this crap. They're just so filled with it. Like, they can't accept any criticism. And it's like, and then they go and they attack the fans. And then another thing that was a low move was that they, I think Shill Media has been saying that, like, they've been saying now, like, oh, they've been joining in trying to make Star Wars fans look even worse by saying that that back when the prequels came out, that poor Jake Lloyd and Ahmed Best, I think that was the name of the voice actor for Jar Jar, that Star Wars fans really attacked them. And the problem with that, it's not the fact that, yes, you know, there were some douchey, horrible Star Wars fans that did that, but the problem is the fact that Shill Media, the media back when Phantom Menace came out, they were just as bad, if not worse, than the fans. They attacked them even way worse than the fans ever could. And it got to the point, poor Jake Lloyd, who's obviously an adult now, he's had to deal with schizophrenia. And the voice actor for Jar Jar, he came close, he almost killed himself. And he actually, I think he said um, he was saying he had thanked the Star Wars fans who were, you know, supporting him and who were telling him, like, you know, not to let the asshole fans or Show Media or whatever get to you. And this is just so crazy how toxic this is all getting. It's like, if you have, no one can take any criticism anymore. And it's like, then I saw an interview with Ryan Johnson saying, like, oh, none of the criticism about me was fair. There were, even if you ignore, like, whatever else, if you take the simple critiques that people had about the plot, the writing, the characters, whatever, if you ignore what people said about, like, the feminist agendas or SG, whatever, if you ignore that, the writing was not that good. The characters were not that good. In Force Awakens, I loved Finn's character. I thought that was a great character. And I hated the fact that Ryan Johnson went and just reduced him into some forgettable side plot that did nothing. And honestly, if things had gone differently, I would like Finn to be the lead character instead of Rey. She's just too perfect at everything. She's too perfect at everything, and there's no character. There's barely any character flaws. She supposedly learned the Force in a few days when it took Luke, what, 2 years? And it's just all this shit, and it's just, and then I hated, and it wasn't even what happened with Luke. I hated what Ryan Johnson, how he treated Mark Hamill, because I've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff. But I'm getting off topic. This is supposed to be a Buffy video, not a Star Wars video. But it's just I just don't. This is just crazy. And it's just like people need to learn to take criticism again because or I understand why people hated something. And honestly, if I'm not even honestly, I'm more excited about Clone Wars coming back than I am for episode 9. And I hope to end the topic here, I hope Kathleen Kennedy gets fired because she claims like she was trying to respect the characters. Yeah, but yeah, you've done enough damage. You've done enough damage, so that's might just end it here. I don't know how far I've gotten into 15 minutes. Okay. But on the topic of Buffy, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm gonna hope for the best. If it gets bad, I'm gonna just hope for the best and plan for the worst if it gets this bad, because I don't know. It's just, I don't have much of an opinion. I'm not trying to base it, I'm not trying to be some mindless whatever and just base off other people. I'm neutral about this. I wasn't upset about this. I wasn't excited or happy about this. I'm just like calm, if that makes any sense. I'm like unfazed about this. But I still honestly I think it's stupid that he's rebooting Buffy instead of bringing back something like Dollhouse or Firefly, but whatever. Well, all I know is I will try my best not to say to any of the SJW'S, like, now you know how we felt when they destroyed Ghostbusters or Star Wars. And it wasn't because of diversity or whatever, or more females or any of that other bullshit they were saying. Now you know, like, I'm gonna try not to say that. I mean, obviously, I'm not on Twitter, so I should be good at avoiding them. And that I've barely seen any of them on YouTube. I think that's like, I think they hate YouTube or something. Or that's like, that's the safe zone. That's the safe zone from SJW's, I guess. YouTube is that, because I haven't seen barely any on there. But it's just, I'm gonna try not to say that, and I know for a fact that they're gonna keep saying, white men are sexist, racist, misogynistic pigs or whatever. Or they're gonna say, like, if we hate Last Jedi or whatever, that we're sexist, which is the stupidest thing. That is the stupidest thing. I think another thing I'm trying not to get back into this, but another thing Kathleen Kennedy said was that they could be perfectly fine with Star Wars with just, if it was just women going to see it. And it's like, you would think anybody in the biz, anybody in business, you would want to get as many people watching your films as possible, because more people, more money. If you say that, oh, you'll be perfectly fine without the men, you're in trouble, because you're going to lose all that money, you're going to lose a profit. If you look at Solo, a Star Wars story, that's the first movie not to make a profit because people are tired of all this BS. I mean, Kathleen Kennedy, I'm not some sexist whatever that's telling women to shut up, but I'm telling you, quit saying this stupid crap, because you are killing it. You are killing Star Wars. You are killing it worse than George did. I didn't even think that was possible. given the prequels. I didn't think it was possible, but you are single-handedly, you, Rian Johnson, and JJ, to a degree, are killing it. Stop it. I'm like that meme with that guy. Stop it. Get some help. But let me know what y'all think of a Buffy reboot in the comments. Like, comment, share with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to end it here before I go on some other rant about Star Wars, because just whatever. If it makes you feel better, Clone Wars helped lower the anger I had for Last Jedi and Rian Johnson's idiocy. So that's about it. This is Edward West Summers, Crimson Witch, signing out. Bye.